We want to thank you for tuning in today to W.C. Mcclinton Christian News and to our pastor, Bishop W.C. Mcclinton. You already know you are God's chosen, and we love you the most. Every day, it don't change. And to our First Lady at our church, Doris Mcclinton, you know you got it going on. And to the 37th Street family, you already know what I always say. If we all can get on the stage, it'll be a great day, but I'm celebrating and taking a seat for you on today. May God bless you in whatever you stand in need of. And to all the churches around the world that are serving a real living God, and also giving his son, Jesus Christ, the daps that he really appreciates, and that's giving his life for us, and so that we can have that relationship with his Father in heaven. Today we have a very special guest today, and we want to just introduce you to her on today on the Christian News Station today, Bishop Mcclinton Christian News, because this is going to be an awesome show today. Her son was here earlier, and so I end up being on the show, so you got to put up with Lawrence J today. You already know how it's going to go down. So we're going to give God all the praise and all the glory because he is worthy of all the praise.
Yes.
We can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. So if you're feeling weak today, remember that. How you doing there?
I'm blessed.
All right,
Good
to see you.
Amen.
Good to see you. We hung out the other day at the church house.
We did.
At the church house,
and
y'all.
We really hung.
Yeah, we sure did. We had a blessed time. And she is a very special guest, internationally known. I'm going to pop a few questions to her, and hopefully we can get a lot of information concerning her, because today is her day on the show today. And we want to just give her that time because she's not here all the time. So we just want to thank Bishop for this moment and just putting her on the show today, so that you can see that God is really still in operation business. He's not stopping. And so some of the things that you've done, you want to announce some of that? We're going to do the shout-outs. You already know.
Oh, my goodness. Just tons and tons of things that God has blessed me to be able to do.
Okay.
And it's all been faith walks.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not, it's been faith walks.
Wow. Now, how did you get started in your music?
Well, I actually started out singing at St. John Missionary Baptist Church.
Oh, that's my place.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my party place.
Okay.
All right.
In Oakland, Reverend
Pastor
the late
Peyton.
Yes.
Yes. That's my buddy.
But I was under the late Dr. C.J. Anderson.
Oh, I know we're going to break this one down. Now, how was it serving under that?
It was wonderful.
Pastor?
He was a very, very strict man. Everything for God had to be, what do you call it, the spirit of excellence.
Oh, okay.
Everything
decently in order,
decently in order, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we didn't play with order. We didn't play with time. We had some issues with time, but other than that, I mean, it was great.
Wow, awesome,
it was great.
Man. Now, what did you learn while you was under his ministry?
Just to be really, really polished in the things that you do, how to have a heart for God.
Right.
There was a prayer that he taught us how to pray before we go before men and women of God, something secret that we...
You still use that today?
I still use it to this day.
Oh, and then you was illustrating something about the microphone.
Yes.
And I was really just overwhelmed with that. I was like, wow, because it's something that, that is really an artist's gold piece.
Yes,
and can you give the people how you illustrated that mic?
Well, I was blessed to be on the, not the Oprah show, but the Apollo at this time. And they had like 1,000 people in line, and then the 1,000 went to 5, and then the 5 went to 10. I mean, the 500 went to 10, and then the 10 went to 5. And
you were still in there.
I was still in there, blessed
Praise
to be
God.
one of the 5.
Yeah,
and,
wow.
They had us come through, and you had to sing a song, and everybody that came in and held their mic like this, they would give you a warning.
Yes.
And then if you start singing your song and start doing it again, they got it together, and you continue to do this, they would just tell you to dismiss yourself.
Wow.
And see, I didn't even know that by the time I got in there. I straight held the mic up like Reverend Anderson had taught us.
Ready to give God praise.
Yeah, ready to give God praise. And they were like, you're the first one out of all these people that we went through that held your mic correctly. And I just thought he was the meanest man in the world for stopping the whole song in rehearsal.
Straighten the mic out.
Hold the mic right.
Wow.
Hold the mic right.
Yes,
you do it again, hold the mic right,
Wow.
And so, I mean, that got in my spirit. So when I go out, he said, other professionals will know that you're a professional when you hold your mic correctly. Anybody getting up doing this
just wasn't the one.
Just ain't,
they wasn't ready.
Ain't
they
trained.
showed up but wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Now, can you give us some of the places that you been to sing at? I heard you was at the White House.
Well, actually,
what presidents were you under?
President Clinton, the 2 years that, the 8 years that he was president, I sang for him twice.
Wow.
And been able to go to some of the political parties and
Okay.
prayer breakfasts, mayors prayer
How
breakfasts, and things
how was
like
that experience?
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. I mean, backstage they had the most beautiful food that I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
Wow.
I mean, you're talking about top-notch catering.
Wow.
I mean, it wasn't just some mom and pop kind of thing. It was
okay. It was real deep.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
deep.
Wow.
It was deep. Chelsea was back there, and his wife was there. We had to be taken in by the CIA and very polished and everything. Everything was decently and in order. Yeah.
Okay. And what is the other event that you made it to the White House under? What president?
President Bush.
President Bush.
I was actually in Texas at Oak Cliff Bible Church, Dr. Tony Evans.
Oh, okay.
And I was their special psalmist for the week. And they were taking women from welfare to work. Okay. And a lot of women had come off welfare. Wow. So it was a big issue. I mean, a lot of women. And they also had their vacation Bible school during that week, during the daytime. So I was a psalmist for that. Oh, okay. And before President Bush spoke, I was able to sing. Oh. And I did a Negro spiritual actually before I sang my other songs and had my son come up on stage. So we just remembered that he sang for Bush, too.
Oh, okay. What age was he at that time?
I think he was like 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Whoa.
He was like 10 years old.
And he is a really gentleman.
Very polished.
You groomed him very well. He's
Yes.
very, very respectful.
Thank you.
As he was leaving, he had to leave early tonight because his work is never finished.
Never.
He's a minister.
Yes.
Young minister.
Yeah.
And so he had to go to church tonight, so they threw Lawrence J. in here. And so I'm just honored to be here today. We're going to make this happen for sure. You already know how it's going to go. I got on my raining clothes. It's been raining.
Yeah, it's been raining.
So Bishop done threw me up here.
Okay.
Love you, Bishop. Look.
Yeah, we love you.
Now, where's your home of birth? Where were you born?
Berkeley, California.
Oh, right here where the station
Berkeley,
is.
At Herrick Hospital here in Berkeley.
Oh,
and we lived in Berkeley for a long time, for years.
Wow, wow.
Went
Berkeley got it going on.
Yeah,
huh?
El Cerrito High School.
Okay.
Portla for junior high, and El Cerrito for high school, and finished at El Cerrito.
All right. We got a Berkeley girl in the house.
Yes.
Sister Coco, we got a Berkeley girl in the house. Sister Coco is our producer today. She's Berkeley, Berkeley,
Yes,
So we just want to give her a shout out and appreciate her work on today.
Yeah, good job.
Also, we're going to have you do a selection later on in the show.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have you to close the show out with a selection.
Okay.
But we have a song that's on your album. Can you describe the album or the song that you're going to do that's on the album before we let it be released right now?
Well, the one that I'm
going
to do.
How it came about?
Since Jesus Came Into My Heart, a friend of mine, you know the song that you used to do in Sunday school, what a wonderful change in my life you have brought since Jesus came into my heart. Oh. Everybody used to do that for Sunday school. We just jazzed it up
Sunday
a little bit.
Song.
Yeah.
You put some
honey. We put some in it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Lawrence, we hooked it up.
Right. Now, before we get to that, now you know how music has changed a lot. I'm like the middle child. I grew up with the James Cleveland.
Yes.
And then now I'm with the Walter Hawkins.
Yes.
And the Kurt Franklins and the contemporary gospel music. Can you give us some insight? Because there's such a debate on the music of gospel music. And can you just give us your theory before we push play on this awesome song? I know it's finna jam, ain't it?
Yeah, it's finna jam.
Now, what about the music of today back when you was first heard it like I did?
Well, I always look at it like this. Contemporary music, it comes and goes.
Right.
But the traditional